Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Crusader Kings 2 Conclave as Scotland. Now as King Somerled of Scotland, as we had a succession in our last episode. Our previous character, who was this? King Wallen, our cousin, died a natural death. I guess he lived to a reasonable age of 65. But that has caused us some problems. We have the usual factions and discontentment that usually happen on a succession, which the discontentment is going to last for another 6 months, and assuming we survive until then without any factions firing, I believe our single faction should just go away. There's a couple of the more powerful members of here are on our council, so they will be forced to leave when that happens. But I think the bigger problem is that we have people voting for different heirs for our two different kingdom titles, which is one of the unfortunate things about having multiple kingdom titles with without something like primogeniture succession, which just always has the same heir. If people can vote, then they can vote for different people for the different titles. So the way we can deal with this is to possibly somehow get people to vote for the same person for both titles, which seems unlikely to happen, at least in the immediate future. I guess we could try to have Alexander killed, which would remove him as a candidate, but at 42% or 47%, don't really like our chances, and I think a cousin is a close enough relation to get us branded a kinslayer, so let's not do that maybe. Our other option would be to destroy the Kingdom of Ireland, which would solve all of our problems, but it would have the unfortunate effect of, let's see if we can see where it says what the effects are here. It costs us 400 prestige, and it reduces the opinion of all de jure vassals of the kingdom title by 40, which would be bad. We do have a few powerful vassals in here, particularly Ulster. So if we're going to do that, we should probably wait until the council is content again. I guess Connacht and Munster are both underage, so they won't be able to really cause us any problems, even if they do have the minus 40. So it's really only Ulster that would be the problem, and he's already on a faction, so it wouldn't make anything worse. Where is he? There he is. On the other hand, though, he's also our spy master, so probably annoying him is not the best idea. Though actually, he'd lose the minus 20 for desiring the kingdom title, so actually it would be a net minus 20, which isn't so bad. So maybe we'll just go ahead and do that now. Actually, no, we won't do it now. We need to use the kingdom title to press a de jure claim on Lion first, but we can... we could do that right now. We shouldn't need to raise too many troops and annoy too many vassals to fight that war. Sure, let's just go ahead and do this. Maybe he'll even accept peaceful vassalization. Oh, he will. Amazing. Okay, we'll do that, then we'll destroy the kingdom title. Which I don't like to do, but I think it's our best option here. Alright, and once we roll around to whenever it was, July, and the council becomes content again, we should be able to get back on track with our plans to revoke the counties in our new capital duchy. Alright, so he is vassalized. We can now destroy the kingdom title. Sorry, Kingdom of Ireland. But we no longer stand to lose all of this land on succession, which means it's probably worth it. So our kinsman Ninian is developing a kind disposition towards others. He should be more charitable, or he can only be himself, which would result in him losing affectionate and becoming kind. I guess that would be okay. Maybe charitable would be better. We'll let him have kind. Seems reasonable. So people are voting for Alexander for Scotland. We're voting for Ninian, speaking of him. And I would definitely prefer Ninian, not just because of his traits, but also because he's significantly younger. This is a vote happening in East Anglia, apparently. Okay. Alright, Ulster's opinion is improved. Which is good, because we did just disimprove it by destroying his de jure kingdom title. And I guess maybe we'll have the Grand Tournament while we are waiting for the Council to become content. We'll get the 100 prestige immediately, which will make up for the 400 we lost. Well, not obviously make up for it, but at least mitigate it slightly. And get our vassal opinions back up a little bit. This faction has actually dropped a little bit as well. We're down to 76, so maybe we could actually get one of these people out of here. They're all fairly low on opinion, so maybe that's not really realistic with the reduced opinion bonuses in Conclave. I promised my wife that I would find a suitable ride for her when her mare had to be put down. Now I am in luck. Not only one, but 3 different mares have been brought to Fife. So we can get the skewbald mare, which I'm not sure what that means, but it sounds pretty bad. She would be delighted, though. You can go for the white mare, which would improve her opinion by 20, or you can say all of these will be breeders, and she'll be disappointed. Well, she's not especially happy with us. She also has the lover's pox and is depressed, but she is a genius. I guess we'll try to make her happier and spend 10 gold on the white mare. Alright, Ulster is happier again. I think he's actually out of this faction? No, he's not. Okay, never mind. And we lost Duke Malcolm of Galloway to a natural death. So our new Duke of Galloway is Malice. He's not too unhappy with me. We'll see if he joins any factions, because that could be annoying. He probably wants to be on the council? No, he doesn't consider himself powerful. Okay. We'll see who will be the best commander. I'm not going to appoint a revolt leader, so I guess we'll just appoint this Earl. So it looks like that revolt leader is going to be victorious. It's his war for the Duchy of Munster, so it looks like we will have a new Norwegian vassal in there, which is not really great. It's a different culture group, whereas Irish and Scottish are in the same culture group, so the opinion penalty is less bad. Young Glenn seems to be always willing to share. We can say that he should get out more and talk to people, or we can say, the young will be as they are. And he will lose the trait indolent and become charitable. Okay, that seems good. Alright, it's time for the tournament to begin. Let all show their martial brilliance. And another Malice has been tragically killed during the tournament. Not somebody important though, apparently. And this guy has been maimed. This Baron has gotten 3rd place. Congratulations to him. This guy from Athol has won 2nd place. And this guy, who apparently is part of this Norwegian revolt in Munster, has been crowned the winner. Okay, well that's fine, I suppose. So those people have their opinion of me improved by 5, so that probably doesn't matter too much. But we're just a month away from the council becoming content, which should solve a lot of our problems here. During the past few months, our courtier Abner has shown dogged determination in his studies of our language and has now also expressed a desire to study the history of my people's ancestors. I see, he's Irish, and I guess this is a sort of culture conversion event. Yeah, we can have him just straight up become Scottish. Yeah, let's go for that, I suppose. So it looks like we are going to get away with not having any factions fire. We're down to 34% here, we just have some counts left, so that is good. Alright, so I guess we'll go ahead and revoke a county here, or plot to revoke one. I guess we'll take Gowrie first, because we can, now that we're a new character, move our capital again. And once we have Gowrie, I'd like to move it in there, since this is the best county in this duchy. The de jure duchy, by the way, is these 4 counties. And eventually we would like to build 2 more castles in here so that we can get the... well, it won't be there yet, but we'll get the plus 50% capital county bonus on multiple castles. And also, since we'll have our marshal and steward in here training troops and collecting taxes, respectively, they will be applying their bonuses to 3 castles instead of just the 1 as they are now. So that is going to be a pretty significant improvement once we get that taken care of, but it'll be a while. We'll take Gowrie now, though. I actually do have a lot of money, so we can probably afford to start building another castle almost immediately. Alright, so we're going to need to bribe some people in here. We have about 70, so we probably only need these 2 people. Unfortunately, they are landed, so they're probably going to be fairly expensive to bribe. Yeah, 50 gold is not so bad. I will consider that well worth it, if that's enough. Which I think it is. Our son, Waldev, has finished his education in the ways of war. I notice with pride that he has attained nothing less than a masterful level of knowledge. Excellent. So he'll make a good commander at the very least. And Duncan here needs a childhood focus. Let's get him something stewardship related. And maybe we can get Waldev married off to somebody for a good alliance, since I don't think we have any right now. Let's see, we have a pact with France, so we could upgrade that to an alliance. Maybe that's a good idea to do that right now, actually. Though we don't need to fear anything from England in the immediate future, but probably better to be safe, I suppose. How goes the Civil War? 14% in favor of the revolt. So you know what, maybe it's a good time to actually declare the war for Suffolk on England. They're down to only 5,000 troops, so we can easily take them even without France's help. But we will now have France's help if we desire it. I guess we'll take care of this Revocation war first, since we should be able to get this done pretty quickly. Nope, we need to do this. Of course, we might not even have to fight a war, he might just give up. Okay, France accepts the alliance. He does not give up. So we'll get in there immediately to try to fight his army. With some leaders in charge. I guess we don't want to lead troops ourselves right now. Okay, we do indeed have a new Duke of Munster, Duke Bjorn, who is Norwegian and now considers himself a powerful vassal and is real annoyed with me. I guess he gets the minus 40 opinion penalty. I guess he was considered a vassal at the time since he was leading the revolts. Well, I guess we're just going to have to ignore him. He is fairly old, so he'll probably die before too long. We're actually not too far off being able to assault here. Get another couple of thousand troops, which would speed things up considerably and let us declare war on England very soon. On the other hand, we could just disband our troops, declare war on England, then continue the siege with only just enough troops to actually outnumber the defenders? No, I think this is probably going to drag on for a while, so I don't think we're under too much pressure from the time constraints. Let's just raise a few more troops and assault this. Don't really want to raise Ulster. I guess it'll be fine. The whole point of assaulting is that we get this over with quickly. And then we can disband his troops, but I guess we're going to have to raise them again. We're going to go to war with England. But he's on the council, so he can't join factions anyway. So we have a new pope. That's fine. We have just barely enough men to assault this, so let's go ahead and do it. Gets us to 60%, and unfortunately we do not have enough to assault the lower holding, so I guess we'll go try to attack his army instead. And we are going to catch it here. Gets us to 87%. So unfortunately, I guess we're just going to have to sit here and siege. Though, as a bishopric, it should fall relatively quickly. Westmoreland, trying to fabricate a claim. I guess we can try to make him disappear, or we'll just let it be. I don't think we're in too much danger of being beaten in a war from England. This guy here has finished his education in the ways of faith and learning, and he has become a mastermind theologian. Okay, this is a person in the Court of Munster. Alright. We do have an extra commander slot, actually. And I guess our son Waldev, who I noted would be a good commander, would be a good commander. Alright, yeah, this siege is going fairly quickly, so this one holding should be enough to get us the victory here. And unfortunately, England's war has ended. They are still somewhat weakened, though, and if we have France on our side, we should be able to win. Unfortunately, they have Castile. But Castile is actually only a single county, now that I look at it, so maybe that's not a big deal. And Bjorn of Munster has founded the Independence faction. Though it's just him in there for the moment, so I guess we don't need to worry about him. Ninian has finished his education in diplomacy, and unfortunately he only became an underhanded rogue. Which is okay, I suppose. But he is not a great character. He also became chaste, unfortunately. Alright, so that did get us to 100. We can enforce demands. We've revoked the title. We are over our domain limit. So we need to get rid of another county. We have Dublin over here we can get rid of, and also Cumberland. So, for our future plans, we could look at trying to grant the County of Cumberland to a claimant to one of these other counties in Northumbria. That way we can press their claim, they'll become a double count, and we'll be able to usurp the duchy title, and then press a claim on the third county. So I guess we'll see if we can find a claimant maybe to Northumbria here. Ideally a strong claimant. Looks like only weak claimants available. We'll try Durham instead. This is a bishopric apparently, so I don't know if we'll be able to find any claimants to this. And we cannot... I guess we'll grant it to a weak claimant for the moment, and we might be able to press it at some point in the future, though we couldn't right now. So we'll choose whoever is the youngest here, I suppose. 18-year-old. I should also disband my troops. So we'll grant him Cumberland. Get back under our domain limits. And we lost our court chaplain, who I assume was the holder of the bishopric in that county. And we'll appoint Oscar of Christchurch. So do we still have heresy in Oriel? We do, so we'll need to send him over there to proselytize. And appoint a new commander. I guess will be this bishop. Okay, so the question is whether we do actually declare war on England. So they got 8,000. What is their maximum levy? At 15k. We have a maximum of about 14k, but our domain is pretty depleted right now. Unfortunately, we're getting no levy from this castle. So maybe that's not a good idea. Instead, if we want to get some expansion done, we can create the duchy title in Gwynedd here and press the de jure claim on Powys, which is maybe what we'll do. But we are just about out of time for this episode, so we'll leave it here for the moment. Thanks for watching, and join me again next time.